Anyway, this is some Charge Blade footage. Let's see how we do. If you guys notice any mistakes or have any suggestions about positioning or punishes, combos, etc., this is kind of what we're looking for. So I've started doing AED on this roar, so I no longer try for this particular roar punish. I now know there's a better roar punish, which is a block, side slash, AED. Blocks, you guard point, side slash, shield thrust, AED. And you can reliably hit the head from that. Does a little bit more damage. So this... Okay, that's not bad. We hit his chest twice. Is there a better way for me to punish on the... this attack? You can try for an AED snipe. So where would you stand for an AED snipe? And is that worth it? So where would you stand to AED snipe? Would you stand and face the head, I guess? You don't know? Okay. So we'd have to science it out. That's what you're saying. We'd have to science it out. Morph, then morph back to sword if you already started. You mean on this attack? On this attack? So you would say, you would go axe morph, and then morph again? You think that would be better than, overhead smash, roll, overhead smash? If you want to focus, okay, if you want to focus head, true. Okay. So, morph, then morph back. So morph to hit the head initially. You're saying to axe morph to strike the head around here. Right, as he's coming towards me. Axe morph and then sword morph sort of towards the camera. Is that what you're saying? Here? Type of thing? Or it could be on this side, I guess. You could do it on this side, too. Probably better to do it on the right side here. Yeah, so I think you wait until he gets to this side, and then you can axe sword move. You can morph forward if Fatalis is still going backward. Yeah, so I would wait until he gets to this point, because then both your sword attack and your axe attack are going to be in more or less the same area. Is the downswing to ED2 combo not better than using Slinger for the para? I have no idea. ED2 has slightly better motion value, so using more of them is theoretically better. I don't know if that's better DPS. Analysis. If you're running a full 5 points of artillery, then ED2 spam. I'm not running any artillery. So you're saying that if I had artillery, it would be better to Slinger Burst ED2, and if I'm not running artillery, do the slam? Why? Well, I guess ED2 has 3 file hits, right? Aren't they low damage file hits, though? Charge Blade... Impact file. 4 motion value... I guess it is 4 motion value plus the Savage Axe ticks. Okay. Maybe I can see that. So don't... Right now we think don't Slinger Burst ED2. Always do overhead slash. Always do overhead smash. Smash into ED2. No Slinger Burst spam. You don't have the motion value on you, but going on what your gut feeling is to do that in the situation? Okay. So what did I do? Oh, this is beginning of phase 2. Okay, so we tenderize. This is fine. This is fine. Okay, I think charging my sword was a waste of time. I think. And I took too long to Savage Axe there. Preparing files for phase 2 topple punish would be ideal. So you're saying that... Well, I mean, he was knocked... He was parried, and then he went in. So you're saying that I should have charged my files somehow here? I would have had more files, because I wouldn't have spammed ED2. But I think my files just expired. Maybe not for this run. Well, so the sentiment is the same. Try... So the idea is what matters. Try to have... try to have files. Try to have files before phase 1 end. And for Ballista Punish. Ballista Knockdown. I mean, theoretically, if I wasn't, Could I go back to before the phase change? So we scored a para, and we already decided that this particular combination is not ideal for my build. Since I'm not running artillery, it would be better to use the overhead smash. Was there something specific you were looking for, K-Facts? Kind of wondering if I did a morph that would have gotten you to yellow or yellow for 3 files. I probably could have. But I think the idea that Dan Daskapal has, the idea that Daskapal has put forth is a good one. Just in general, trying to make sure that I have extra files at the end of phase 1. And if I had that mindset, then it would have changed the combo I used during the paralysis. So I think you're both correct. Kind of both saying the same idea. Theoretically, if someone else was doing this tenderize, I could also charge my files. But everybody's... Yeah. And this sword charge was a waste of time. Position to get head hits. I probably didn't need to... Yeah, I didn't need to do the sword strike either. I think. Well, I could have Axe hit and then Savage Axe morph, but then the Savage Axe hit itself would have been on the back of the neck. maybe a habit of having full files and red as backup. That's not a bad idea. Is that normal charge blade play? I don't think it is, right? Because the problem with having red files is that you charge shield with whatever you have left, and then charge 2 full files from the red. Sorry. You charge shield with whatever you have left. And then charge shield to full files. I'm not sure I'm following. I'm not sure I'm following there. If you had 3 normal files and full red, you'd rather, okay, so you're saying you would rather charge your shield with fewer than 6 files. You would rather charge your shield with fewer than 6 files in order to get full 6 files from red. You're saying that you would rather use 3 files to charge your shield in order to maintain the red files, is what you're saying. Right? Since phase 2 is going to be over quickly normally. Files. So would you charge your shield before the ballista? Or would you charge it during the smoke and the ballista firing? When do you do the shield charge? Do you do it while the Nova's going on? Do you do it after the Nova's finished and you're waiting for the artillery topple? Phase 2 is short, we can charge 2 more files. Before in the shelter. During phase 1 Nova. Okay, so during phase 1 Nova, charge our shield with 2 plus files. So I think that that's an important change. That way we don't have to do it when he's landing, and we can have full Savage Axe files if needed. That's a good change. Okay, so this quick bite, I feel like there should be some way I can punish the quick bite. Maybe it's just doing a sword slash instead of... Yeah, so I don't have time to morph. So quick bites. No time to morph. So on quick bites, I should just do sword attacks. On the larger ones, we have time to do Savage Axe stuff. Okay, so this positioning... Is there a better positioning for this Savage Axe combo? All of those, or almost all of those, hit the chest, which is good. The main hit plus 2 out of 5 Savage Axe hits were on the chest, which is good. This one, not so much. Nothing hit the chest on the first swing. And I didn't get that many hits on the second. So, is there a better position for Savage, like ED2 combo? ED1, ED2 combo? Definitely wouldn't want to be on the right-hand side. Maybe just straight in front of him? That would be so risky. So I'm assuming you do... Actually, no. So is there anything fancy that I should do now? Should I charge my shield with 4 files? Would that make sense, charging my shield here? I think it would. 4 files is like 168 seconds. So that's 2.5 minutes. That's a long time. Right, the idea of always having files ready is going to be persistent. For all phase transitions, we want to have files ready. But I'm not a perfect player. I make mistakes. So what do you think would be the best thing to do here, chat? What do you guys think the best thing to do here would be? Should I charge my shield with 4 files? Should I leave it? I guess the files are going to expire anyways, right? The files are going to expire anyways. So this is more of like a use it or lose it, right? Type of situation. So I think in general, when I play Charge Blade, I have a bad habit of trying to only... With axe up, you should use them? Okay. I have a bad habit of always trying to charge my shield only when I have 6 files. If I don't have 6 files, I don't charge my shield. I think that's maybe a bad habit. I feel like I should be morphing here. Oh no, we didn't morph because we were concerned about the fireball. So if I had charged my shield previously, I would be currently charging my files instead of Savage Axing. I actually liked that combo. And I don't know if this worked just because of the smoke. But this was a pretty good combo, I think. ED1, ED2, although we missed the ED1. Overhead smash, which is what I should be doing. And then as his head goes up, I can Slinger Burst overhead smash. That worked out pretty well. So now I probably should have been charging my shield here. This, I think, was a mistake. That was a mistake. I should have been charging my files there and or my shield. Do you prioritize, during really big openings, like a smoke against Fatalis, do you prioritize dealing damage or recharging your stuff? What is the priority? During like a really big opening, do you prioritize like rebuffing yourself or do you prioritize actually dealing damage? Get a head break. And here I am recharging. I feel like I should have just gone Savage Axe here. I just missed so much damage. I feel like you can't really know without doing some math. On Charge Blade, you personally try to rebuff and get files. The charge damage isn't bad. Okay, so I carded here. So I dodged his first crawl. Evasion Mantle procced. But instead of dodging away from him, I ended up trying to pass through him. But I didn't dodge at the right angle, so I didn't make it to safety. And instead of healing like an idiot, we try and hit him. If we hadn't chest break, we would have been fine. I think... Okay, so the issue is that after the Slinger Burst... Let me test something here. What can I do after the Slinger Burst? I know you can ED2, I know you can Round Slash, I think. But can I roll after that? Unfortunate chest break? Yes. But I would still like to know what we can do in that situation. Slinger Burst, I could have just rolled. So if I had fast enough reflexes, when I did the Slinger Burst, I could have simply rolled out of the way. Okay. So, This is a bit of an unlucky situation, but even then, I should have maybe delayed my input. Maybe. I just think in general... So that the unlucky chess break aside... Okay, so the reason why I did the Slinger Burst is because I was on the wrong side of Fatalis. But I don't think I should have... Oh, no. Okay. I was on the wrong side of Fatalis because of how he coned. Okay, so there's not really a lot to learn from that. Other than maybe I could have rolled backwards. I didn't have enough, guard. Lost the buff. Well, I mean, I was fractions of a second away. Like, I lose it milliseconds before I perform the charge. I should have charged before that slash, though. I could have done it before that slash. You think I should have just charged it with yellow? Better than losing buff? Charging files at yellow is better than losing axe mode. Okay. Is there something better I could have done here? This feels a little weird. I could have overhead smash into ED2. I think I was concerned about my files running out because I haven't used a file in a while. That's probably the right one. I could have aimed the slam here for the back of the horns, I think, is what I could have done. I probably could have skirted the cone like this, hit the back of the horns. Do you have you don't have time on phase 3 cones. You don't have time to ED2 and morph. You have to ED2 then roll, or you have to skip the ED2 and morph. ED2 takes too long. That was some flinch shot nonsense. So he's smoked. I'm right in his chest, which is pretty good positioning, I think. Charge our files. This ED2 is probably bad. So... what did he do? He roared. I guard pointed the roar. So I guard pointed, then I... Did I charge? Okay. So my current preferred way of punishing roars is to guard point slash AED. Because if you're positioned around his head, you can land the AED on the head. Does it make sense to do that here? I have 2 files. I could have guard pointed. I could have done the AED here. I could have done the AED here, but I'm not sure... What's the... How long does AED take? AED has a really long recovery on it. AED has a really, really long recovery on it. Guard point. Well, actually, I guess I could just immediately AED, and it would be fine, right? I could just immediately AED. In that situation. I could have also guard point Slinger Burst ED2. That would be the better one. Guard point Slinger Burst ED2 would have been the better combo there. Or AED, one of the two. What do you guys think is more damage? ED2 or AED? I feel like ED2 is slightly better. But it's hard to say. They're kind of close, I think. AED, but it's longer? Let's take a look. So during this binder, let's see what I do. I have 3 files, charge shield. Why am I not hitting his head? I could totally be hitting his head right now. Well, how did I run out of files? I had 3. Where did my files go? 1 file expired? No, I used ED1, ED2. That was a mistake. So how did I get here? Yeah, I just rolled and used ED1, ED2. I could have started with a slam. So I would have to not rolled here. And instead started over here and slammed this way. That make more sense? Like, not do this extra roll. Be by his leg. Smash towards his arm. And that'd be like swinging like this. I think that would be better. Unless you're saying just after the roll, you can slam from this position. I would be... The slam would move me forward, though, right? The overhead smash would move me forward here. If I'd have to be careful of avoiding ending up underneath his neck. Stuck in the belly. Okay. That overhead smash attack hit his neck or something. So the ED1, ED2, aside from the fact that it used my files, that the hits themselves and positioning were good. But this overhead smash didn't really hit much. I ended up hitting his neck. I think I would have just been better moving towards his head, to be honest. I think when I was here, I should have overhead smashed towards his head. His wing or neck, either case. I didn't hit the chest, is the main part. I didn't hit the chest, is the main part. I think once I rolled here, I could have overhead smashed towards his head, is what I think I should have done. We do the ED2, we smash, we morph, we charge. We ED2 again. The ED1 just whiffed completely. What the heck? The ED1 just totally missed. Para, repositioning for the head, which I should have done on the binder. And he dies. Okay. So, what I got from this is... avoid Slinger Bursting all the time for our down combos. Don't Slinger Burst ED2. That's the first thing that I've taken out of this. Number 2 is try to use our files a little more liberally when it comes to charging our shield. Make sure we have extra files if we can. Make sure we have files before area transitions. Make sure we charge our shield at area transitions. Don't waste time charging our sword when we're expecting a topple.